Hi, guys, welcome back to another episode of Ajaira Podcast. Okay, so I know it's been a while. I hope you guys are all doing okay. I know you all are doing your best. Anywho, let's get into it. Okay, so today's topic is change. I want to talk about change because it's something we all go through every day, right? It's inevitable. Like, change is all around us. We are change, right? Like, we're constantly changing. Like, you're never like not changing. And even if you yourself are not changing, your life around you is like always changing. Like, people around you are changing, things around you are changing. Even when life feels monotonous and like nothing is happening, it's just the same regular thing, but still, like, change is inevitable, right? Like, it just happens, and we just have to accept it. Like, life demands change. It just does. Like, so, like, today I saw this meme basically, and the meme was saying, if 2020 me met 2024 me, and then it's like a shit show, right? And that just made me think, actually, like, oh my god, like did 2020 me know what 2024 me was gonna be like? Like, we're in like the thick of it. Like, we're in May 2024, so we're in the thick of May, and we're in the thick of 2024, and I mean, honestly, I don't know about you guys, but finally, after so long, I feel like the pandemic is kind of lifting off. Like, until 2023, I couldn't differentiate between like the pandemic and like everything else. Like, 2023 totally felt like 2020, and 2021 totally felt like 2020. 2022 totally felt like 2020. Like, it's just timer concept and pura harasa. So I'm like, the 3 years just felt like 2020. Like, pandemic থেকে কবে বের হইছি, প্যান্ডেমিকের মধ্যে কবে ঢুকছি, কিছু বুঝতে পারি নাই. But just this year, like 2024, I've started to like, differentiate between 2020 and like, okay, this is the new year, this is like different. And most of it is because a lot of things has changed, and mostly it's me. I have changed. Like, I have never met myself like this. Like, there's always been versions of me, and that's difficult. Like, you you think you know yourself, but then things happen in your life that like totally, like, তোমাকে তোমার একটা নতুন ভার্সনের সাথে মিট করায়, like, you're like, okay, like, how do I deal with this? And then you're like not the same ever after a storm. Like, কিছু হইলে লাইফে is just after it, you're like a different person. And like, during that challenge, you're constantly changing. You're breaking apart and you're building. You're breaking apart and you're building. It's like, and there's beauty in it. Of course, there's beauty in it. There's beauty because, like, even though it's painful, well, change is a painful process, and why wouldn't it be? Think about it. Like, a seed, right? So a seed has to grow into a flower, right? No matter how difficult it is, but it just has to. And the flower blooms, and it's a beautiful, it's beautiful to look at. It's a beautiful process. It's a natural phenomenon. It's a natural process, and it's a beautiful thing, right? It's a beautiful phenomenon. And that's what happens with us too. Like, the weathers in life, the seasons in life keeps changing. You have the summer, the rainy days, the winter, and guess what? The seed needs it all. The seed needs it all. Like, you need all of those seasons. So, like, whatever like happens, and I've kind of like thought about this, right, Jay? Sometimes you just need to sit with the changes and acknowledge, acha, things have changed around here, and I have changed. Like, something in me is not the same anymore. And it's just, I feel like we are so in it, like, we're so in life that we don't really get to look back and like see what life is for what it is, you know. Like if it was someone else's life and we were seeing it from a third person's view, like some other lens, then it'd be a lot easier. But since you're living in it, you know, since you're going through the day to day, it's very easy. It's very easy to lose sight of like the bigger picture, even like what is the bigger picture. But I think it's really necessary even for us to like sometimes take a step back and like look at life and see the changes and accept them. You know, I think change, the more you try to resist change, the more difficult it is. And since we've already established that change is inevitable, you know, like the seed needs to grow into a flower or else the seed's gonna die. So in order to live, change must happen. And since something must happen, so why not embrace it? Why not accept it with open arms? I think the more you try to resist it, the more you try to resist the inevitable, the harder it is. And I know, like, আমি যেভাবে বলতেছি যে change is inevitable and changes doesn't mean that I am good with change. God knows, like I have a hard time dealing with change, and change has never been easy. You know, it's a struggle. It's a pain in the ass. It's a struggle, but at the same time, it is also like it's okay, and it's not all. There is beauty. There's like good times. We think that, oh, if we're going through a bad time, then it's entirely bad, but it's never entirely bad. I mean, it's never entirely bad. Like যখন রাত হয়, there's still stars, right? So that's like, you know, everything out in the nature somewhere or the other reflects our lives, reflects us, the inside of us, you know. It's just we're always like in constant touch with ourselves. Like the nature outside is a mirror of ourselves. It's like a mirror, okay? It's a reflection. Just like the day keeps changing from night to day, like the day keeps changing, you know, like night keeps changing to day and day keeps changing to night. Exactly like that, our lives are constantly changing, you know. New people come, old people go, old people come, new people go, and there's just a phase where there's like no people. You find yourself all alone. And I think those are the times that you need. When I think about it, why would everyone just leave you? Because something in your life is telling you that you need to be alone right now. You need to be with yourself. You know, life teaches you how to be with yourself. And most of us are not good with just being with ourselves. The thoughts in your head gets like crazy, and it's like, how do you even deal with yourself? And it's like all of these things. But I think life just humbles you, and that's the process. Like, why are we living, right? We're living so that we can grow into a tree one day, like, you know, so that we can bear good fruits, so that we can sorry about that, so that we can bear good fruits. And so আজকে আমি চেঞ্জ নিয়ে কথা বলতে চাইছি because personally I have changed a lot, and I think it's all for the better. Like, I imagine myself not changing, and I would never want that. Like, I like this changed version of myself, and I'm looking forward to every other challenge in my life that's going to change me. It's going to force me into change, you know, because, you know, we don't like to change on our own, so an external force has to change you. You know, it's like that Newton's law. You know, you remain stationary until some external force acts on you. So these are the external forces, the seasons in your lives, the challenges, and sometimes people are the biggest challenge in your life, right? So they come into your life so that you change, and so that you change for the better. And listen, It's like, listen, you're never changing into something different. You're always changing into the person you were always meant to be. So you're actually getting closer to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting closer to yourself. You're not changing into someone different, or you're not. I think the more you get to know yourself, like these different versions, the deeper you can look inside yourself. And honestly, I don't think I can ever truly know myself. Like, I can ever truly understand myself even. Like, I'm a mystery to myself to this day. Like, every time something happens, and I'm just surprised at, like, my ability to handle things and the way I handle things. And I'm like, I'm like so in awe of, like, the way, like, life just keeps you going. You know, you think that there is no way in hell that you can move forward, or there's no way in hell that you can go anywhere from this, but life just takes you, and it's like, it almost happens with ease. Like, when you look back, you're like, oh wow, all of that happened, and look, I'm just fine right now. Like, I made out of that. Like, it just humbles you. I think life just humbles you, that, you know, you just have to let go. You know, sometimes you just have to let go into life's arms and be like, I surrender, okay? The challenges, the everything, like, I accept it, and I'm not gonna try to fight back. I'm not gonna be like, oh, why didn't this happen, or why didn't that happen? I'm just gonna accept all of it. And I think it's a process, you know, like, you can't just one day be like, accept it all. But I think it's like a process, one step at a time. And then, of course, you fall back. Of course, you're like, you go back and, like, whatever. But it's all part of the change, part of the process of changing. I think changing is a long process, and you're changing every day. You're constantly changing. And I think it's just beautiful. It just makes me fall in love with life more. You know, lately I've realized that the difficulties are what makes me fall in love with life more than the good times. Because, you know, it's easier to be lost in the good times. You know, the good times just makes you forget everything. But the difficult times, they bring you back. They bring you back to, like, life, to reality, to yourself. It is the difficult times that asks you of your patience, of everything, you know, and then it strips you away of everything, and then you see that you're still living, and that just puts you in awe of, like, how strong and how exceedingly amazingly the human beings were created. Because if you ask me, I just don't see how. It's just so beautiful how, like, people go through all of these, and then they still live on with hope in their hearts, and they still have the ability to love. Like, I'm speaking for myself, you know, like, I'm in awe of myself that I'm going through so much, yet I'm just falling in love with life more each day. And you would think that I'd be ungrateful, and I'd be like, but no, it's just at the same time, life hasn't given me any other option. But at the same time, I don't want any other option. It's just, when you give in, when you give up of your false sense of control, life just takes you. And it just takes you on a journey that is full of everything. Anyways, so yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it nice and short, but what I wanted to talk about today was change in general, because I feel like, you know, we never take a step back and see how far we've come, and how much we've changed, and how much we should appreciate it. I think it's always good to appreciate life, and to let go, and be okay with life's ups and downs, just accept, yeah, this life is not gonna be easy, but I have also been made in a way that I can, human beings were really adaptive. Like, we can adapt to any situation. And life surprises me. Life never ceases to surprise me. My feelings never cease to surprise me. My ability to hold off and my ability to burst out, they never stop they never stop surprising me. Every day I'm in like, what's gonna happen today? And every day is a mystery if you think about it. Like, and it's like, you're always trying. We're all trying our best. And yes, we wish things were different. Yes, we wish some people would treat us different. But you know what? If you just let go of all those what ifs and all those jodi eta hoito, jodi, if you let go of all that and you just look at life from like no expectations point of view, you see that life isn't all that bad after all. Life isn't bad at all. That you're actually winning at life. That whatever happened, it all worked out for you. Like, everything always works out for you. It's in your favor, not against you. Life isn't against you. Life is with you, and it takes you. It holds your hands and it takes you through the difficulties. It never just leaves you like that. And I just can't wait to like find out the more for life. But for right now, right this moment, I'm gonna take this moment, and I urge all of you as well to take a pause from your life and just appreciate life right now for what it is. Like, at this moment, you this moment right now is all you are ever gonna have. You always have a moment. You don't have anything more than that. You always have this moment right here. And if you look at this moment right here, it isn't bad. It is not bad. This is summertime and I see the sun. Like, it's like the sun is falling on the trees and there's like jackfruits. This is the view from my window. I see this jackfruit tree and it's beautiful. Like, I look at nature and I see how nature is so like nature is like so it's not resisting change. You know what I mean? Like, nature is so unresistible of change. Nature is not resisting change. Is that what I mean? Like, nature is like so humble and it just accepts. It accepts. It has this calmness, this peace of like accepting the weather as they come, anything, everything. It's never resisting change, and so there's this calmness in nature because it accepts. So I feel like if we also accept the changes that life presents to us, that life brings in our lives, then we'll be at peace too. Find that for yourself. Find that inner peace. Find that alone time with yourself, with your thoughts. Let your thoughts circulate. Let them, just write them out if needed. But stop trying to, what I'm trying to say is stop trying to resist change. Because sometimes you need to change. You need to change in order to grow. Or else, how else would the seed, if the seed is not changing into a flower, how else will the seed grow into a flower? You know what I mean? You're supposed to grow. You can't always be the same. The seasons are supposed to change you. And after all of it, you're supposed to be more at peace with yourself, more at peace with life. If you're constantly fighting with life, how are you going to make peace with it? Because you have to live at the end of the day, right? Like, let's be honest, let's face it. Your life is what you have for the rest of your life. Like, if you can't befriend your life, if you can't accept life, that, okay, life is gonna like take me on this crazy journey, and there's gonna be good times and bad times, and I'm gonna accept both of them because that's what it is. And at the same time, life is never against me. Life is always on my side. It's teaching me. It's making me grow. And so it's all beautiful. Even if at the moment it doesn't feel like it. Even if at the moment you feel like this is the end of the world, this is not the end of the world. Trust me. This is not the end of the world. Good things are coming for all of us. Mane. I mean, just like change is inevitable, I think good times are also inevitable, and bad times are also inevitable. So, it's just all about, I think, accepting life as it comes. That's when, and accepting change as it comes. Okay, so call it a rant or whatever. I've been thinking about change a lot for the past few days, and change has been like a constant topic in my head, so I just wanted to get it out. I hope you guys are all doing amazing, and if you're not, then I hope you still hold on, because life is beautiful, and I hope through all your difficulties you come out even stronger, and whatever you're going through, you're not alone. Anyways, I love talking with you guys every time, and yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. Love you. Bye.